What a difference a year makes for these two clubs. The Jersey Bulls and AFC Whyteleafe. Well, this time last season, the Bulls switched top place for a place in the playoffs, and Whyteleafe took advantage of that by going up as champions. Today, they do battle again for the third time this season, and a chance for the victors to take on either Croydon or Sittingbourne in the final on Friday night. Both sides really accustomed to each other, having played twice last season at Step 5, and tonight doing battle again. It's become a little bit of a rivalry between these two sides, but a pretty good one, and it will be a chance tonight for the Bulls to take one step further in this journey of the 25-26 season. Perhaps they've gone further than they even thought. They finished third in the league. They could have finished second, but for a last-minute goal denied them the chance of home advantage through the playoffs. But they did end up getting home advantage for this semi-final, and they've got a real chance tonight to take hold of this game and to cement their place on Friday night. Well, it's a packed crowd here at Springfield tonight. A full house pretty much, standing room only, and an opportunity for everybody who's come in to watch their beloved Bulls and those that have travelled across to see who will be the victors this evening. Well, some familiar faces for the visitors. Their captain, Corey Holder, Craig Braham Barrett, we've seen a number of times, Ryan Gondo, Helga Arome, Daniel Bennett, always a threat, wears 7 for them. Well, tonight, it's really winner takes all. If the sides are level at the end of the 90, there is no extra time. It's straight to penalties. Well, the final checks are made. In charge is Adrian Harris, assisted by Michael Jones and Thomas Murray. And the fourth official is James Curtin. Well, Mr. Harris there just speaking to the captains, James Kerry and Corey Holder. For the Bulls, a really strong starting 11 this evening. Probably as strong as they could have fielded. There is no Johnny LeCain, there's no James Carr. But a back four of Kerry at right back, Campbell and Watling in the middle, Jay Giles on the left. In the middle of the park is Watson, Trotter and Ritzema, and a front three of Carvalho, Bickley and, of course, Rai dos Santos. Well, they're going to stay as they are. The Bulls will kick from right to left in this first half. It's all to play for. The Bulls have reverted back to their home strip for 25-26, having debuted the Adidas kit, which may well be on display at Step 3 next season. First of all, it's the Leaf they have to overcome. It will be the Bulls to kick off. It's Luke Watson who has the ball at his feet. 42 games gone in the league. Now we're in the playoffs. It's the Bulls against AFC Whyteleafe. The referee is ready. The goalkeepers are ready. We are ready. And we are underway. Early touch there. Played forward. And then cleared by Hetcher-Chenna. Looking there into the feet of Johnson. The Bulls have it though with dos Santos, who's just sent flying. Free kick though, far side. Bulls will have a chance here to get this ball into the penalty box. It will be short ball played by Jay Giles. Well, trying to just clear it here. Bennett trying to get down that side, does well, cuts inside. Dos Santos battling hard though, fouled is he? Free kick given. Well, a bright start by both sides. Just eyeing each other up as free kick is taken. Or clip forward there. And now chance made for Trotter to get forward, played inside to Carvalho. Carvalho just, nice ball left over by Kerry, one touch, return ball. Well, Kerry getting forward there, and the Leaf managed to clear it. And the Bulls get a throw in. Well, good pressure from them. And it's Kerry with the throw. Just taking his time here. Carvalho now picks it up, skips away, gets fouled though in the process by Arome. And the Bulls winning another free kick. Well, they've started pretty quickly. It's going to be Jay Giles who will come across. Ray Santos will fancy this as well. Santos looks like he favours it. And the Bulls lining up with Campbell in the middle. Watling as well. Ritzema. Bickley just around the penalty spot. Plenty of movement coming now. Ball played in. Flicked on. Far post. Anyone try and bring it down. Watson picks it up. Squares it now to De Santos. De Santos quick ball inside, but there's a touch on it. Just enough there. And Whyteleafe managing to clear it. Well, quick start here from the Jersey Bulls. Just what they wanted. A probing opening spell here. The stream, of course, brought to you by Probe Security. I'm just checking where this is going to be taken from, but it's a little bit of delay here. Long throw. Flicked inside, and a chance now for the Leaf, but the Bulls doing well. Carvalho now has a chance to pick it up. Cut out. Oh, and a chance now for the Leaf with the ball played through by Bennett, but diving in there is Campbell, but Bennett has it back now. Bennett just trying to shake off his marker. Still alive here, the Leaf clip forward. Claims are offside, falls now to Gondo. Blocked by Kerry. Well, it's going to be a corner. So first one for Whyteleafe. James Kerry doing well there just to make sure. And a chance for the Leaf to put a bit of pressure on Van der Vliet here. Ball comes in. Well, it's over everybody in the end. Doesn't count for anything. And it goes out for a goal kick, which Van der Vliet will take. The bullpen with plenty of supporters this evening. Lots and lots over on that far side, as there is in Springfield tonight. It's been an anticipated game since it was known about on Saturday. And a long clearance by Van der Vliet. Flicked on. Cleared there by Good. Blocked again. Hedger-Chenna. We saw these two sides in the league season. Bulls winning 1-0 here. A goalless draw played out at the Leafs' home ground. Long ball forward. Dealt with by Kerry. Another solid header. Trotter goes in search. Cross comes Holder. Back to Huck. Who will blink first this evening. Another long ball played forward. Should be Campbell to get there first. Looks like it's a goal kick. Yep, just coming off. Looks like it may well be Mensah over there. As Van der Vliet just rolls it out. We'll look to put this one long, looking for the height and the flick on, perhaps, of Bickley, but it's not quite reached him. Ritzma was there, and then Kerry coming forward. Kerry bustling through the middle now. Kerry, lovely ball inside. Can Bickley get onto it? Bickley with a shot. Well, he drags it past the post, but a brilliant bit of play. And already we've seen James Kerry, who's decided somehow to play that more of an attacking role tonight. Maybe that's something they've worked on. Maybe they feel that that's where there's a bit of vulnerability for the Leaf. But Kerry bursting through there. Lovely pass into the feet. Bickley just not able to get the shot on target. Another long ball over the top. Should be Van der Vliet's. Is Van der Vliet's. And then Watson. Heavy touch by Cavallio. Back it is with the Leaf. Inside there to Arome. And it goes back to Holder. Taking their time in the build-up here. Holder again looks to spray it to that far right-hand side, looking to get there in and behind his Hetchechena, but can't control it. And De Santos tracking back. And that's something the Bulls do pretty well, cover the flanks. Cavallio on this right-hand side where Kerry is, and De Santos on the opposite side where Giles occupies the left-back berth. And it really is one of those games that you feel is going to be a bit of a knife edge. So much at stake for both of these sides. And of course, they will await Croydon or Sittingbourne as it's flicked on. Well, Bickley trying to get in, can't quite. Cavallio will chase. Good header again from Kerry, just gets there ahead of Gondo. And then a little bit of a nudge there. Mensah wearing 14. Inside now with Johnson. Just taking their time, knocking it around. Nice ball on this near side to Gondo. Kerry just stands him up. Back inside again. Johnson, but pressed hard by Trotter. Now Holder, who decides to have a little bit of a round of applause, perhaps trying to G up his players, maybe get the run going as Good puts another long ball in, it's flicked on. It's going to fall for Gondo. Kerry will come across, he just wants to hold him up here, blocked again by Kerry, corner again. Well, that's the second one they've had. Referee just having a word, or maybe just taking their time here as now just waiting for the ball to come back. There's a couple of balls on the pitch. There's Whyteleafe again, pack the penalty area. Going to be a ball that just come, a little bit of breeze blowing behind the Van der Vliet goal. In it comes, flicked on. And Bickley is back there, sliding in, does really well. He's won the ball, a chance maybe for a quick break here as the ball's played through Cavallio. Well, coming across is Johnson, who sensed the danger. Does really well there for the Leaf, and it's now with Graham Barrett on this near side, who just gives and goes on his bike. Well, they've defended really well there, the Leaf. They got back, they saw the danger, they saw the quick break was on. And the Bulls again just getting in numbers, trying to force that long ball. Slowly but surely. As they just keep recycling it. Whyteleafe. Holder has a look up. Johnson comes to collect. Bulls, everyone inside their own half. Another long ball, too much on it for Gondo. Well, Gondo switched over to that right-hand side. As that ball goes into the bullpen. Nothing spilled. Looking again for De Santos. Watson flicks it inside, and well, coming together there as Watling comes and it crashes into. Looks like Ritzimer there. No harm done. Again, the ball's this time. Just knock it across the back. Kerry's got up forward again on this right-hand side. He's going to try and take this on. Lovely reverse pass inside to. Oh, he's got on the overlap from Carvalho. Can he get there, Kerry? He can. Well, the ball's just making good progress down that right-hand side, but good cover again from the Leaf. And it will be Dos Santos to get one of those long throws going on this near side. Try and test Huck, who's not had a save to make yet. Neither goalkeeper has. As Watling has gone up there, Campbell as well. Bickley and Ritzimer. In it comes. Looking for Campbell. Looking for Watling to get there. Watling flicks it back out. Dos Santos back and across. Good with the header. Watling comes, the ball's bouncing around. And then it's cleared. It looks like it's Emmanuel back there, but the Bulls have got it back again. Dos Santos now. Bit of space for Watling. Trotter. Watson again. Get the ball in, you'd think would be the call. He just plays it into the feet of Dos Santos. Trotter. Looking for Ritzimer, who jumps there with Holder. And then back to Jay Giles, who wastes no time in trying to pick out Carvalho. Carvalho does well. He needs a little bit of support. He's going to take it on himself, maybe. He's going to run up here against Brian Barrett. Flicks it back and across and in the middle. Well, it's gone off a load of heads there. Nobody has been able to turn it towards the goal, but the Bulls are not finished yet. Here comes Jay Giles inside quickly to Ritzimer. Spins. Ritzimer trying to get round, but really good defensive work there. Bulls get it back again. They're keeping possession well here. Putting a bit of pressure on the Leaf defence, who so far are up to the challenge. Back it is with Campbell, and then it will be out to Watling. Patience is a virtue, they say. Inside now to Trotter, and the Bulls just keeping hold of it. Here comes Campbell. Oh, he's overcooked that one, left Jay Giles no chance of getting it. Better from the Bulls, just getting a bit of pressure. But you can imagine this game's going to be one of those very cagey affairs. It always is between these two sides. We expect it again tonight. We've seen not too much in terms of shots in this opening 14 minutes nearly. There's Holder again, back to good. Now into Johnson. In fact, it's Gondo. He's got a bit of a roaming role there. Ball played forward, dealt with, but it's forward nicely this time. Shot comes in, blocked by Watling. Well, the shot came in from Emmanuel, but Jamie Watling in the way, and the Bulls look to switch it back the other end quickly, looking for Bickley. Good does well. Then Johnson does play it back to Holder. But they're looking really assured at the back tonight, the Leaf. Not in a rush, calm, composed. Into a roam now. Looks like Gondo definitely has that roaming type role this evening. We've seen him on the left, seen him on the right, seen him through the middle. Back again. Right on cue. Pressured by both Trotter and Bickley, and now Ritzimer takes a little touch, still going. Well, tries to feed it through to Dos Santos, doesn't reach it. Good does really well. And then tries to switch it, but back is Kerry, and time for Van der Vliet to just chest it down. Ritzimer again, the Bulls just working it. Taking their time here. Carvalho. Kerry goes route one. He's found Bickley with a lovely ball, and it's going to fall to Bickley now. Bickley, can he get the shot off? He can, but it's straight at Huck. Not going to test the Whyteleafe keeper with that. But again, it's James Kerry who's finding those balls. He's had a couple already. But for better finishing, Huck may well have been a bit busier. Quick ball forward again. Flag is up. Oh, ball played back in, but Bennett's gone too early. Whyteleafe just takes his time to just jog across. And you can feel the buzz in the place. Flags are flying. Long ball forward. Big with the target again. Flicks it down. Hooked away. Back it comes with Whyteleafe, but he can't find anything but touch. And again, the slow build up. And good. Just can bring it forward. Nobody's putting any real pressure on him. Ball's just keeping shape. Good allowed to just edge forward. Now Holder. Good again. And this time the ball is into the feet and then quickly switched forward, looking out to that right hand side, looking for the runner Gondo, but Giles gets there ahead of him. And then Resumption helping him out. Giles, quick ball into Watson and then back again to Giles, who quickly tries to get it forward. But the Leaf have it back here with Johnson. And he goes route one. Kere there coming across. Then Campbell caught. Well, free kick looks to have been given to the Leaf, but Campbell there caught in the challenge. Looks like Gondo. The referee appears to have given the free kick to the Leaf. It looked like it was a 50-50 challenge, but this is definitely in Daniel Bennett's arc. It's direct, and the balls will need to be sharp here. Van der Vliet needs to get that wall lined up. There's a real chance here for the Leaf to strike the first blow. Well, you'd fancy Bennett to have a pop from here. It's whether or not it's just a little bit too close. Got to get up and down. Van der Vliet just placing himself in the middle of that goal. The wall to his left. Bennett to take. Stuttering run up, and he goes for it, hits the wall, which does its job, and the Bulls clear it. But it's straight back with Holder, and then Johnson. And then good, out to Whyteleafe. Whyteleafe have kept the ball well when they've had it. Just no hurry, trying to find that pass that splits the defence. Whyteleafe again, the ball's back in numbers. Cavallio tracking back. And then Johnson has a look, but not really much of an open door for him. Wants to see some movement ahead. Goes for the ball down that channel again, looking for Gondo. Does a lovely little flick. He just has no room to work with in the end. See what Ryan Gondo was doing, getting down that right-hand side. There's Van der Vliet again. Another long clearance from him. Jumping there is Trotter, then Cavallio. Now to Santos, trying to find a little bit of space. Whyteleafe clears. You can imagine both sides are feeling the pressure, maybe feeling the nerves. There's Van der Vliet switching out to that far side, trying to find De Santos, but Good does really well and gets across, but he's played a little ball that it's been won by now by Resumption. Resumption, can he keep going? He can, he squares it. Oh, brilliant work by Huck. It looked like Resumption was going to drag it back where there was any number of Bulls players. Resumption gets his first real penetrating run down that left-hand side, but Huck does brilliantly for the visitors and gets a toe on it. It's a corner to the Bulls. Could easily have been much more, but for Huck. Santos now will look to hook this one in. Near post, flicked on, flicked over. Well, maybe that's something they've worked on, but it came to Nout. Some of the youngsters behind the Huck goal. Not perhaps quite as close at the home ground. And again, Resumption with that run into the box, a real threat. You can imagine the Bulls will want to get more of the ball to him. Again, route one it is, and Bennett, but, well, Van der Vliet does really well there. He gets the head in and then he clears it. Well, he nearly clears it into trouble, into Graham Barrett, and then he slips Van der Vliet. Graham Barrett plays it back in, Resumption gets the head, and the Bulls manage to just get it away from the goal. Back with the roam, now Gondo trying to find his way out of a bit of a cul-de-sac of Resumption and Watson. Gondo again. Very nonchalant play by Whyteleafe, stroking it around. Johnson again into Gondo. Gondo straight there onto the head of Campbell, and the Bulls again will come out with Kere. Plays it, wants to 1-2, gets it, plays it again, looks for the run of Carvalho, won't get there before Graham Barrett. He sends it back to Holder, who's under pressure from Bickley, but really well done again. Gets it to Johnson, and maybe a quick chance to, well, he's slalomed his way there past Trotter. Ball back through the middle. Flag isn't up, but it'll be easy for Van der Vliet. There's Emmanuel getting no change out of Jamie Watling. Well, halfway through the first half, still goalless here at Springfield Stadium. Jersey Bulls 0, AFC Whyteleafe 0. And neither goalkeeper really called into any action. A little bit, perhaps, for Huck recently, but nothing that they've had to save. As again, the Leaf get it back. Graham Barrett inside for Mensah. Now Johnson, who's been really busy, been industrious, working hard in the middle of the park. Good again. Just a simple pass seems to be the Leaf way this evening. Again, looking again to spread that ball, and it's a really good ball, and it's Gondo, but this time the Bulls have just stepped up and the flag is raised. And Gondo is cropping up all over the place this evening. Maybe Van der Vliet, who will deal with the restart. Well, nobody's blinked yet. Van der Vliet again. Holder will come across. Bickley will just give him a bit of a nudge right in front of the assistant, who's not going to allow that to go. Holder short to Huck. And the Bulls just retreat as the Leaf come forward. Trotter just not quite reaching that one. And pretty quiet, Adam Trotter. Holder. Looking for Hedger-Chenna on that right-hand side. He just can't control it. Bit much on it for him. And that ball, that diagonal ball, has been tried a few times. Neither Gondo nor Hedger-Chenna have been able to just get it under control. Joe Giles thumps it forward. He finds Bickley, he flicks it inside to Carvalho, just about keeps it alive, trying to get the run of Dos Santos, but Hedger-Chenna spots it and gets across. Graham Barrett again. Johnson. Well, Dos Santos catching Hedger-Chenna. Free kick given. Just again, no rush. Johnson wants to find the easy pass, has good. And it does go route one, trying to get Bennett in. Just hasn't quite got the range. And it's like a game of chess this evening. Moving those pieces slowly but surely forward. Waiting to find that Killer move. Again, Whyteleafe comes across under pressure there from Emmanuel, but he just drops his shoulder, takes it away and into Campbell. Giles again. He goes long, looking for the runner, Bickley, who's gone down that left-hand channel. Needs a bit of help here. Bickley going through the middle is Trotter. Here comes Ritzimer. Bickley will try the shot. It's blocked. De Santos can get it down, but he can't control it. And then a challenge from Kere, but it's not a solid one. Gondo's done well to keep possession. Kere still battling. Gondo stopped, though, by Trotter this time. Perhaps just a little bit too intricate at times. Certainly from the balls, whereas the Leaf keeping it simple. Another long ball over the top. Another long ball that doesn't come to anything. Just Van der Vliet. Campbell again. Now De Santos, heavy touch. Throw in for the Leaf. Hetchechena quickly takes it. And Arone goes back to good. Graham Barrett gets on his bike. Down that left-hand side, and a heavy touch this time, and a chance maybe for Watson to get in ahead of Corey Holder, who's done really well in the end. The Bulls want to get on with it. Kerry is there, rushes on. The referee says hold it. The referee's been called across. Looks like Brian Barrett and Cavalier maybe just having a little bit of a tangle there. The referee, Mr. Harris. He's having a word with James Kerry. A chance for the players to catch their breath. It's even Stevens so far. The game not yet kicked really into life. And Barrett is down, or whether that's early cramp. I think it may be just a little bit of a tightening in that hamstring. And these sides are so evenly matched, and we've seen it over the last couple of seasons. Whyteleafe wanting to go back to back, and the balls equally. On either side. The move to step 3 would be another challenge. Tightness of this step 4 football shows how little there is between the top sides. And again, long ball through. Lovely play by Giles to Bickley, but he can't find anyone. And Huck plays it into Johnson, who's done really well, and he got the ball back and out to Hetchechena. Watson stepping up there. Mensah getting tackled by Ritzimer. Ritzimer getting away there. The sliding challenge from Good. Ritzimer holds it up, tries to take it on his own. He's going to have to. He needs a bit of help here, but he's gone for the drag back and he's lost. Yeah, the touch has come off him. Mensah does well there. But certainly, Toby Ritzimer trying to work her way down that left-hand flank. Half an hour gone, still goalless. Hetchechena with the long throw, flicks off the head of Ritzimer. Falls nicely for Emmanuel. There's a chance maybe for a break in the ball through, but quickly across is Whyteleafe ahead of Gondo, and then Ritzimer. Giles clears it over the halfway line. A tussle there between Bickley and Holder. And then Hetchechena overrunning it, putting it into touch. Just waiting for either side to really click through the gears. It's been a little bit stop and start, a little bit back and forth. Ritzimer now does really well. Bickley takes it off him. Perhaps would have been better leaving that to Ritzimer. De Santos inside to Giles, who gets a burst forward. But he can't make anything count either. And again, Whyteleafe just soak up the pressure. Well, both sides have played 42 league games and those other cup competitions that they would have entered. So how will the legs last? As Trotter battles to keep hold of it, into Watson, flicks on, Ritzimer again, drags it inside, keeps it alive, back to Watson. Watson tries to thread it through, Ritzimer will try and get there again, but Bennett's doing well. Etchichain, a nice little drop and a feint there. He's going to take it on himself. Is he caught? Looks like he's caught by Watson, he's just a little bit late there. Etchichain going down. Oh, there was a little bit of a crossing of pass, but it caught Etchichain, who stayed down. Gonna need a little bit of treatment. It looks like Watson's going to get the first yellow of the evening. And it will go to the Bulls, number 16, Luke Watson. When he caught him, Etchichain just got the nudge on Watson. And subs just returning to the dugouts. Bulls have got 5, the Leaf with 4 this evening. Etchichain just gets a little bit of treatment. Looks like he's going to be okay. Magic Spray has done the trick. He's back up. It will be the Leaf with the free kick. Looks like Aaron Good fancies it. Just plays it inside again. Short pass. Johnson and Good. Thinks about putting it into the box. Changes his mind. Inside to Johnson and Trotter again. Just second best so far. As Jordan Johnson has dictated it in that middle of the park. Good going back. And away to Huck. Holder again. And this time, Rome to Good. There's another look up. Rome steps past Trotter. Trotter has a nibble, but Rome still keeps hold of it. And then Giles clears. It's back to Johnson. And Trotter's going to need to get to grips with Jordan Johnson as Gondo tries a 1-2, but it doesn't come off. And then Mensah. And here come the Leaf again, looking to quickly recycle this ball out to this side. Brian Barrett back with Carvalho, who stands his ground well. Brian Barrett wins a throw. Crowd pretty quiet at the moment. Just a little hum goes around the ground, but waiting for the first real action. Spark this game into life as Johnson again looks for Mensah. Nice touch back to Gondo. And inside, Brian Barrett. Gondo again. Johnson, a little 1-2, keeping hold of the ball here. Now Gondo, nice ball in. Kerry will try and get there. Brian Barrett manages to get the cross in. It's going to be a corner. And Whyteleafe putting the pressure on, just little short passes. That's all they've needed. As they notch up another corner. Run towards the near post, flicked across the top of everyone again. Mensah, Bickley will chase him. Back it is with Hetchechena. Oh, good play by Gondo, who's skipped away, still going Gondo into the box. Watling has just blocked him, ball comes back and across. Kerry's in there, Bennett trying to get the shot off, the Bulls somehow scramble it clear. And now, is there a chance here? Here comes Bickley against Hetchechena. Bickley again, he's pulled him, he's getting a shirt pulled, he squares it, it's blocked, Huck gets there, Dos Santos dives in. And a little bit of a coming to with Brian Barrett hold. He does, they both go for the ball was alive. Looks like Huck has been caught, there's a bit of a melee thereafter. There's pushing and shoving. Well, something was going to get this game going. And it's a little bit of a late challenge by Dos Santos there. Looked like he had committed to the challenge. Huck has just been caught, should be all right. Didn't look like there was too much in it in the end in terms of the force. Just a glancing blow. And Bickley there just trying to shake off Hetchechena, who had a big piece of Bickley's shirt. He gets it in, the keeper's brave there. He's going to be okay. And it will be a drop ball. The referee seems to have concluded that that was a fair challenge. As Huck rolls it out to Holder. And maybe that'll just get this game going as we come inside the last 8 or so minutes, 7 minutes of this first half. There's still little to separate the sides. Certainly not in terms of goals. Good again. Keeping hold of it, and Trotter trying to battle and put a bit of pressure on. Holder is quick to react again. A bit of walking football here. As Mensah makes himself available. And back again with Good. Ritzema just stepping to him. Again, it's very much the Bulls looking to play on that counter-attack to pick up on a loose ball or a mistake and then burst forward. We've seen that tactic developed over these games. As quickly across goes Campbell. And it's Elliot Powell's way of just showing his tactical nous. Changing what he needs to do, what he needs to drill into the players, depending on who's in front of him. There's another long ball that Bickley gets ahead on. Back inside, Good. Second time of asking. Pumps it forward, only as far as Giles. Oh, now Ritzema with a lovely spin. Ritzema. Has he won the corner? No, says Mr. Harris. Goal kick. Holder again. Who else but Johnson? Nice little ball inside, and Good has a look. Will he go long? He will. Oh, somehow Gondo has managed to keep that in. Back it is again with Holder. Johnson. Well, there's no goals here, but there is one at the Mayfield Stadium, and it's gone to the home side. Croydon Athletic, who lead through a Josh Williams goal. Again, near side Gondo, Kerry just standing in. Gondo looking for a little bit of space here, going to try and take him on the outside, gets the ball in. Watling is there. And then Carvalho getting back and playing it up towards Bickley, who flicks it on, and then Hetchechena reacts quickest. Well, Croydon with the goal, and we're still waiting to see something here. Another long ball. Mensah gets onto it, holds it up. Again, just that ball is not got the right weight of pass. Chechena can't keep it in. Can either side break this deadlock before the half-time interval? And Santos going to put a bit of pressure on Huck there, who calmly plays it back inside. Lovely little play there by Good, who just drops again his shoulder to shake off the challenge coming in at Bickley. Maybe a chance quickly at the other end with Mensah. Now, well, it looked again that Emmanuel had made the run, but he'd gone inside instead of going to the outside where the ball did go. And Jay Giles has a chance to get it up again. This time to Trotter, who can bring it down. Now Kere. Gondo getting back. Bickley. Carvalho outside him. Carvalho starts to run. Bickley finds him. Carvalho again. Again, the numbers are back for the Leaf. Watson. Carvalho steps inside. Carvalho now, can he get past? He can't get past. Great work by Gondo again. And now Trotter. Green shirts in plenty of numbers behind the ball. Now Carvalho. Kerry outside him. Kerry now will go against Bray and Barrett. Kerry just plays it round, looking for Ritzema, who's come across. Reverse pass, one left for Trotter. Trotter into the box. Well, Trotter stabs at it with the outside of the right boot, and in the end, what he's trying to do is bend it towards that top right-hand corner. He doesn't. He gets the outside of the boot, and it goes past the upright. Well, it was Kerry again, getting down that right-hand side. There'll be a little bit of added time, you'd think, in this first half. There's been a couple of stoppages. Huck and Hetchechena, and of course Brian Barrett. So at least probably 3 minutes to add on when all is calculated by Mr. Harris. And we'll wait to see the Bene board on the far side to see what numbers are going to be added. Well, the light fades, the floodlights start to shine through. Hetchechena again goes long. Ball's throw. Now I'll be interested to hear the thoughts, be the fly on the wall at half-time in either dressing room, to see what the managers think of the first half performance and where the tweaks need to come. Kerry again, bit of space on this near side. Can have a look up, can play the ball in, looking for a little run there, which has been left as well. Carvalho goes down, shot comes in, it's in! Will the referee let it stand? Well, no. Well, he's given the free kick, and in the end, if he'd have let the advantage go, it would have been Ritzema who puts it in. Whether Huck really made a save or an attempt to save, the ball does breach the net, but the referee has already given the free kick for the foul on Carvalho. The Bulls would have been happier with the play on. The Leaf are probably relieved that it hasn't been allowed. But it's Carvalho there, and it's Carvalho who will maybe fancy this to Santos equally. Carvalho maybe to try and bend one up and over as he's just flexing his left hamstring, just shaking off. It's a direct free kick. We're into added time in this first half. Can the Bulls take the lead just before the break, or will the Leaf stay resolute here? They've got 5 in the wall. Brian Barrett just with his back to us, getting instructions from Huck. Hanging around is De Santos. He doesn't want to fancy this one. It's going to be Carvalho. Can he get it up and over? Well, he hits the wall, it bounces off. Still alive. Cleared by Bennett. Back it comes. Carvalho. Trotter. Well, there's nobody there. A little bit of a waste there by the Bulls. They would have been happy if Ritzema's goal had continued and been allowed to stand, but the referee had made a good early decision and he wasn't going to change it. Well, 1 minute nearly of the first half. A few of the supporters will go, no doubt, for refreshments. This is like a cagey first half. Neither side looking to make a mistake. Both sides trying to be solid. A bit like watching a couple of boxers, really. No real big punches coming, but just still jab and move. As Mensah goes back to Huck. In fact, he's gone to Holder. Holder out to Good. Seeing that lot in the first half, just putting a foot on it, having a little look up. Holder now decides to go straight through the middle. Well, he's found Emmanuel, who spreads it out, but Giles gets there. And now De Santos skipping past the challenge. Trotter, Watson, Ritzema. Ahead of him is Bickley. Lovely ball through, trying to get behind Bickley now. Can he get in behind Etchechenda? He can. Bickley through the middle. Well, he does the hard work and then loses control. Etchechenda relieved. He has it back now. Just too much on it from Bickley as he's trying to break into the box. Just gets a little bit too much on it. Gonda now popping up on that right-hand side. Johnson again, just gaining yardage. Cut out by Watson. Now Bickley tries to go himself. Watson again. Trotter available, but well, Watson's caught there. Play on, is it? As Trotter tries to win the ball off Bennett. Well, Mensah stayed down. Play on. Ritzema now coming forward. He goes down. Etchechenda gets back. He puts the ball out. And that's it. That's the whistle for the first half. It's all over. 48 minutes played in the first 45 with the 3 added. And it still remains goalless at halftime. The balls are quickly off. They will want to get back in the huddle. It's been evens. It's been blow for blow, but it's not seen any goals. But we'll be back with the second half. We'll see you after the break. Well, the Bulls mascot has certainly enjoyed him or herself during the half-time break. The Bulls are out there. They were out there early, and now the Leaf have dropped in. They are ready as well. We'll check to see if there's any changes, but doesn't look like there has been. And everything to play for. And at the moment, it looks like it will be Croydon in the final on Friday. They are leading 2-0 at half-time. So it would be a trip to the Mayfield for the victors here this evening. Well, 45 minutes is what we have in store. There is no extra time. So if they are level at the end of the 90, we will go to penalties. Not how probably either side would want this game to end, but it may well be if we're still in deadlock. Well, that's the only way to separate them. Gondo going through his stretches, was lively in the first half. Made lots of runs across the front line, left and right, through the middle at times. And Johnson for the visitors also dictating a lot of the play. But neither side finding the penetration to put either Van der Vliet or Huck under significant pressure for any length of time, as they just played it around and made sure that they didn't gift anything to each other. Well, it is 45 minutes for one of the sides. Tonight will be their last game of this campaign, and either they remain in step 4 or they go forward with a chance at the real prize, which is another promotion into step 3 football. Someone has to make it through and someone has to go home. There's only room for one. Who will that be? Will it be the Bulls, the home team this evening? Or will it be the visitors from Church Road in Whyteleafe? Well, it's going to be Whyteleafe to kick off this second half. And it is a Rome who has the ball at his feet, who is ready to get this second 45 minutes going. Who is going to really spark this contest? Well, for the second time this evening, we're underway. Again, just a little bit of a look and a hold. There's a bit of a holding pattern that both sides have deployed so far. Trying to find that ball. Holder decides to spread it out onto this near side, looking for Hedgechena, who does get there, but Hedgechena then going over the top of Jay Giles, and Van der Vliet comes to collect. And he decides to roll it. And again, we'll look for Bickley, who is jumping there with Arome. Arome wins it. Holder clears it. And Watling able to just let it bounce and head it back. And we saw a first half of just intricate little passes. Well, is there a chance? Well, not quite. Santos trying to capitalise there, but Huck is quickly off his line. Hedgechena has it. Tonight's stream brought to you by Probe Security. So far, we've not seen much in the way of probing football, but the defences have been doing the secure job, making sure that their lines are not breached so far, as it's picked up by Brian Barrett, who just plays it in. And back it comes again. Clip forward. Headed away by Kere. And Trotter. Not a huge amount from Trotter in the first half, as Carvalho seems to have gone down, whether he's got a bit of cramp. He had a bit of an issue with that left hamstring in the first half. You just wonder whether the game after game after game that these players have put in so far. Of course, step 4 has 42 games in the regular season. And it looks like that is it for Miguel Carvalho. So Francis Lecky-Memati will get most of the second half. Can he make the difference? Can he find something special for the Bulls? Well, the Bene board is going up. Carvalho is off. The Magician's night is over. And it will be Francis Lecky-Memati. Well, he'll go straight to the same side, you'd think. But Carvalho took up that right side in front of Kere. And the ball is given back. Good sportsmanship there from Emmanuel. Van der Vliet again elects to roll it and hit it long. Ritzema, De Santos. He hasn't really been allowed to get into it either. Here comes Jay Giles. Ritzema trying to shake off Hedgechena. Now Watson. There's a run there. Lovely ball attempted, and there's an overlap. Jay Giles into the middle. It comes. Well, it had a lot of pace on it. It was fizzed across the penalty box. Perhaps a little bit more than Bickley would have wanted. In the end, it more connected with him than he connected with it. But it was Jay Giles on the overlap, and maybe the Bulls are going to try and make that work for much of this second half, with a little bit of width to their play down the left and the right. And it is Brian Barrett. It's been good organisation this evening from the men in green and gold. Watson trying to get away from Mentor. He's given it away now. Emmanuel tries to go inside. Here's now the shot, saved at the near post, put behind by Campbell. And the Bulls getting a bit of a let-off there. A mistake at the back. And that's what's going to be, you feel, the difference. Something maybe more of a stake than something special. Corner's given, the referee's just blown his whistle. But the first corner will be the second half to the Leaf. The referee just having a word at the edge of the penalty box. So Lorne Bickley has been spoken to. James Kere's there. Holder and Gondo. Bickley seems to be just rubbing his shirt on his nose, whether he just got caught. Van der Vliet getting involved. Ritzema not sure what's going on, but it is going to be a corner. Which you're not going to get on with too quickly by the looks of it, whether the referee's gone over to see the assistant. The referee has disappeared off. Maybe something's been said. The referee's going across to have a word with the Whyteleafe bench. And Huck is up there as well. Well, the assistant is getting involved now, and it could be something said. Something has definitely gone on. And confusion reigns and the football stops. And we all just try and fathom what actually has taken place. And we know that the other game is still going Croydon's way. The referee has had a long discussion with the benches. exactly is happening. It's still anyone's guess. Just trying to find out some information as to exactly why the play has stopped. Referee pointing towards the Van der Vliet end, in fact the Huck end, whether something's happened, something's been thrown maybe behind the goal, is why Huck is away from his goal. Well, Huck walks away. Van Garten getting involved. It's a long, drawn-out discussion. And there comes the Director of Operations across now to see what he can do. Anybody wearing a high visibility jacket is clearly someone who's very important. That actually happens to be that is Mr. Andrew Peck, known as Ed, who is the maestro, the man behind most things at the Jersey Bulls, to be fair. And as he is Director of Operations, he will be trying to make sure that this operation continues. We've had no play now for 3 or 4 minutes. What exactly is going on, we're still yet to find out. Please bear with us while we sort out some technical issues. Maybe the Director of Operations can do something about this. Well, Henry Curtis is running across to the tunnel. And the call is being made whether the powers elsewhere that be can make something happen here. Still no explanation coming as to what exactly is going on. Players seem to see the funny side of it. And we've definitely seen over the season some interesting moments. We saw the lights go out at Naphill a few years ago. We've seen lonely cones in athletic tracks that surround certain grounds. And now we've seen a stoppage which we don't really know what for. We've seen this season where the penalty spot came up and had to be re-glued. Well, it's certainly prolonging this evening. As Harry Curtis comes back on, the players seem to be going back. And we'll let you know when we know exactly what has gone on. Some calls are being made. It's not quite what we had in store or what we had in mind this evening. A long call being made and still waiting for something to happen. Well, they say football is a funny old game, and this is certainly a funny old moment.
As you can see, due to an alleged floodlight failure. We are
well, now we're hearing that there is an alleged floodlight failure. Doesn't look to be obvious, but then again we haven't had a look around the ground completely, but there is a floodlight failure, so the maintenance people will need to get there pretty darn quick, or else this game will end up being abandoned, and that's not what either side would have wanted. Well, we saw the lights go out at Naphill. We've seen the lights not completely gone out, but perhaps a bulb has blown. And who has the backup plan? Maybe go and line all the cars up. Turn all the lights on, see if that helps, but it won't, of course. And play remains halted. Well, bizarre scenes here at Springfield Stadium this evening. And the players will just kick the ball around, no doubt, just keeping themselves loose. Certainly makes for a longer evening. The clock continues to tick on, but we know we haven't had any football for about 7 minutes. Just gonna see if we can get round. A little look round the ground as Huck goes back towards his goal. We can see that it's definitely darker at that end. Well, someone has failed to pay the JEC bill. Would you believe it? Of all the things that could go wrong, the lights are the ones that have gone out. Well, looks like we are going to have a break here. And we're not going to get this game back on till 21:35. So there's going to be a half an hour delay here. And the players will go off. We will take a break ourselves, but come back for about 9:30 and we'll know more. But we're told play will resume at 21:35. So until then, grab yourself something nice to drink and we'll be back at 10:25.
as you can see, ladies and gents, players can't actually see the pitch, so hence the delay. Someone is working on it, and we hope to have this fixed as soon as possible. Again, out of our control, unfortunately, but this should be on the mend shortly. We'll provide an update as soon as we have one. Thank you.
Well, it looks like we could be back with the action shortly, and the maestro, Ed Peck, has worked his magic somehow. The lights are back on, the players will soon be back out, and we're going to have at least 42 or 3 minutes of this second half. It's going to be a late one, so you're going to have to set your alarm clocks or readjust them perhaps for tomorrow morning, because we are moments away from the restart here. Beanie has been entertaining the crowd as behind the scenes, the lights, the electricians have been working hard to get the floodlights operative again. Well, the players are now coming out. They will need to just go through their warm-up routine. And whether that break will break anyone's concentration, maybe will light up the evening. Maybe it will see one of these sides really start to dominate this second half and join what looks like Croydon in the final on Friday. Well, out come the visitors. Corey Holder leading them. Well, the Bulls will need to make sure they retain their composure. The same for the visitors. Can't be easy for the players. Stop, start, stop, start. But they will get a chance to get going for the third time this evening. Well, we're told 10 minutes still before the restart, just to allow the players to go through the routine, to warm up the muscles, to make sure that they're ready. And we said it would be about 25 to 10. It looks like it will be. So it's going to be a late finish. But for all of the fans watching, wherever you are, whichever club you're supporting, there had to be a bit of drama, didn't there, before we'd see who could come out on top between these two teams that have battled hard in every game that they've played over the last couple of seasons. Whyteleafe, of course, going from 6 to 5 to 5 to 4, and wanting to go 4 to 3 in terms of their resurgence as a club. And the Bulls trying to do back-to-back promotions from 5 to 4 to 3. Really going to take your hat off to both clubs who have come so far in relatively short time, certainly in terms of Whyteleafe, who went out of business but came back. Well, we'll be back with you very shortly. We now know we'll be due to go in about 5 or 10 minutes. Stay tuned. Just getting official confirmation again. We will restart in 8 minutes at 21:35. The clock will be reset to 52 minutes. So we have 38 left in the 90. We'll be back with you just before we get going again. Now the referee's blown the whistle to call the players back. And any minute now, after the failure of the Floodlight, we'll get this game resumed with 52 minutes gone. Only 7 played in the second half. And it will be a Whyteleafe corner. That's where it all stopped. And a chance for them to steal their way into the lead. The Bulls will need to be on their mettle. So, what, who, or when will these sides be separated by? It's going to be a corner, and it's going to be, it looks like it's Gondo who's going to take it. And we are going to be, for the 3rd time today, underway. And it comes near post. Jay Giles hits it up in the air. Lecky Mamati will jump. Johnson as well. And it's Gondo who hooks it back in the middle. Should be Van der Vliet. Van der Vliet gets trapped. Bit of a clash there. And let's check to see who's gone down. Whether it's Emmanuel, the striker, who's just underneath that. Van der Vliet. Attempt to punch clear. Corner it is again though. So the Bulls yet to get the pressure off from the restart. Taken from the other side this time. Jay Giles marking that near post. Ball goes towards it. A little bit over, a little bit in the middle. The ball's around, shot comes in, and diving across is Ritzimer and Watling. And it looks like it's going to be another corner. Well, the ball is bouncing around, and their Whyteleafe are still knocking on the door here. Is this the moment? Is this the Carpe Diem moment? We'll see. The pressure continues to grow. Continues to mount on the Bulls here. Gondo again. In it comes. Headed away by Bickley at the near post. Gondo then gets it back, and it is stabbed clear, but only as far as Hetchechena. Now back with Johnson, who wants to get it back again, but it's closed down by Trotter, and maybe a chance to break here as Bickley tries to get there. He does, he gets a touch on it. The Bulls try and break forward. Bickley taking it away. Gondo getting back inside to Santos. One touch to Trotter, back to Bickley, who's gone across. Well, the flag has gone up on the far side. I wonder whether Trotter and maybe De Santos should have taken that on. Tried to be perhaps a little bit too clever there. In the end, Bickley had just drifted into that offside position. Here again, long ball forward. Giles with the header. De Santos is back there, Hetchechena right up against him. Giles, another up and under, the ball bouncing around. De Santos jumping. Ritzimer, can he get there? Not before Gondo. Hetchechena on this near side, keeping the ball alive. And I have to say, they're looking pretty composed again. They're back into their stride, their visitors. Johnson again, but pressured this time by Trotter, but again he evades him. He's done it all night. Jordan Johnson. Trotter coming off second best. And is there going to be a change on the far side? As the ball's played forward and a chance maybe to break through. But again, Watling is there and is fouled. This time by Emmanuel. Ritzimer wants to get on with it. Giles plays it forward. And the ball's just rushing it a little bit too much there. Watson, though, controls it into Trotter. Lecky Mamati gets on his bike down that right-hand side. Bickley's going through the middle. Bickley gets there first. Holds it up. Waits for support. Keeps possession now inside to Watson. Watson plays it nicely into the feet of Ritzimer. Out to De Santos. Can he cut inside? Can he get the shot off? De Santos still going, runs into a wall, gets back up. Gondo does really well, then sliding in. And then Good pace here by Mensah, who goes away from Watson. Campbell comes across. Mensah holds it up. The Bulls get back in numbers. Inside to Emmanuel, looks for one overlap ball. Cut out, too easy though there for Watling. And back to Watson. And the Bulls just nearly playing themselves into a bit of trouble there, but another long ball which Holder gets a touch on it ahead of Lorne Bickley. Throw in far side for the Bulls. Well, there's certainly been more life in this last 4 minutes than we've seen for some time. And you just feel that it may only be a goal that separates these sides in what's left of this second half. It's all it was in the fixture here back earlier in the season. A goal from Ray dos Santos separated the sides then. They were goalless at Church Road, and they still remain goalless as dos Santos will try a long throw from right in front of the bullpen. Here it comes, got some distance on it, headed away, falls now to Watson with the shot. Well, it's not far. It looks like it may well have taken a deflection. When it doesn't, goal kick is given, but Watson there coming closest as the ball going inches past the left upright. The right, as we look at it, of course, but the left of Huck in the Whyteleafe goal. Well, there's more impetus there, a bit more urgency as well as the ball's played forward again, and coming across is Campbell. Ball breaking though nicely from Manuel, but great challenge, and now it falls to Bennett. Bennett with a shot. Well, it's inches wide at the other end. Well, the best chance for Whyteleafe has come there. The ball has found its way through to Daniel Bennett. Looks like Watson may well have gone down. Slow to get up, but he's up now. And Watson just maybe catching a blow to the head. He's back up. And Whyteleafe going close. End of late. Wow. That ball found the railings. And diving in there is Watson. He can't quite get there first, and maybe a chance with Johnson to put the ball out to Bray and Barrett on that far side. Inside again with a roam. Slowly they build up. Johnson. Mensah going to ground. A roam going through. Still going. Ball into the box. Edge of the box it is. Giles gets there first. Bulls can't clear. Johnson brings it back in, goes for a ball into the middle, but it's too close to Van der Vliet. It catches and releases Giles. Giles now plays it down the line. Well, there's too much on that. Huck will just let it run out. As he can now see the ball as the floodlight is back on at that end of the ground, which is where the issue was. Well, there was a lack of light at the moment. There's little in terms of daylight between these two sides. Still goalless. We're coming up to the hour mark. Still nothing separates these two. Bennett again. Hedgechino, a little bit more freedom maybe, just coming in off that right-hand side. Good again, gets it through. Back to Bennett, and then Trotter doesn't get there ahead of Johnson. Not for the first time this evening. A little reverse pass. Ray Barrett doesn't get past Leki Mamati. Half an hour left. Whose season will continue? Whose will end? Well, a chance now. The overlap quickly coming across is Watling again. Well, Mensah doing well, getting a little bit of momentum down that far side. Watling quickly getting across there. Still they keep it alive here. The Leaf back inside to Mensah. Across goes Kere. Just shows him inside. He plays the ball in, but it should be cleared by Campbell. It is. Bulls can't get it out of their own half though. Johnson again tries a little dink ball inside and quickly Arome is there. Johnson again. And then shirts around Mensah. Mensah catching. Oh, looks like it's... Is that De Santos who's been caught? In fact, it's Ritzema who's gone down. Seems to be okay. A little bit acrobatic, perhaps. Bulls win the free kick. Van der Vliet will have that. Puts his big paw on it. And he will put this forward. Another ball high into the sky, looking towards the near side for Bickley, but header is won, but it's the Bulls' throw, quickly taken. And then Campbell across the back line to Watling. Forward it comes. Looking again for Bickley, it comes off the head to Chenna Head. Does really well to get away. Pressure coming from De Santos. All right, looks like Croydon are going to be in the final now, into the 5th minute of added time. They have still got 2 goals to the good. Looks like they will have the entertaining rights as the ball is thrown in again, flicked on and across. Anyone can get there. Bickley's being shackled there. Back with Trotter, now Bickley. Kere, oh, lovely ball through. Good block again though. The defence has been really good. This time, looked like Bennett back there helping out, but he's given it away. Kere steps forward. Ritzema just drops his shoulder. Switching it now to Jay Giles. Back again in numbers are the Leaf. Looking for the run of Leki Mamati. Corner it is. Header there coming from Mensah. Maybe didn't get the call. In fact, it's Brian Barrett over there who's got the head on it. He's done really well. No one told him. He made sure. Chance for Jay Giles to go across. Another corner for the Bulls. Another chance to create something. Luke Campbell is in there. Needs the delivery. Referee says wait. Looks like Mr. Harris just going to have a word with Lorne Bickley. Coming together between him and Huck. Getting right under the goalkeeper's nose there. Trying to block him off. Played short. Giles plays it in now. Far time. Huck gets a head on it, a hand on it. Still going. Ball's trying to recycle. The shot comes in. Cleared again by the Leaf. Well, despite the efforts of Bickley, Huck does really well there. Hetchichenna with the header. Watson brings it down. Well, he plays it again, trying to find Leki Mamati, but Huck is quickly off his line. And there must be a little bit of frustration creeping in. Just the way that both sides defensively are so resolute. They're just strong. Get back, they're organised. Struggling to get out of each other's half as Mensah skips away there from Trotter. Good goes long, should be Van der Vliet. See, he's overplayed it again. He's done that quite a bit. The number 5, Aaron Good, did it in the first half. Just playing that ball forward, but it's probably too straight, too easy to cut out. Long one now again, this time looking for a bit of width, looking for Bickley down the middle. A good header from Holder. Hooked again forward. Campbell with a little header down to Watling. And he puts it out. Well, we're not seeing necessarily the most entertaining football, the most thrilling, the quick, slick passing, but we are seeing both sides grinding this one out, trying to find a half a chance. Here comes the throw, long throw down the line there, flicked on and in, should be Watling's is. He puts it high, Bickley with a touch, now little flick on, now Ritzema through the middle, De Santos, well, the right idea, but De Santos couldn't hold his run. Into Gondo, De Santos on his heels quickly. Johnson again. Now Gondo. Blocked partially. Headed down. Ritzema gets caught by Hedgechena. Ritzema needs to get up. Giles has to turn around. Campbell is there. Forward he goes, flicked on now. Can Leki Mamati get onto the end of this? Leki Mamati gets there first, but he gets caught. Well, nothing doing there, but looked like Brian Barrett just caught him in the follow-through. Nothing doing, according to Mr. Harris. Play on. And again, Johnson orchestrating. Just in that kind of sitting midfield, that holding pattern. Good again. Can't see the long pass, so he goes back to Huck. Bickley would trot across. Ball searching out this right-hand side for Hedgechena, who's made a run. He's got forward and he tries to cross it, but he's blocked off by Giles. Another corner, though. Gondo will take. And the pressure on the Bulls mounts. Going to be Gondo on this near side. To deliver one into the box. Far post, Van der Vliet, comfortable, good catch. Wants to get on with it, puts it forward. Leki Mamati trying to get onto it, but quickly across there is Johnson, who's doing the defensive duties as well. Jay Giles. Bulls keep hold with Watson. A little quick ball there by DeSantis for Ritzema. Takes the shot near post. It hits Huck in the chest. He's in the right place. Ball hits him and bounces out. The Bulls win it back. This time with Watling, who can bring it under control. Watson is there. And the Bulls knock it around as Bennett goes in search of it. To Kere. Now Leki Mamati, lovely little flick on. Now a run chance for Trotter. Trotter on his own. Trotter, can he play the ball through? He can. Ritzema's there. Huck is there as well. Keeper is brave, does incredibly well to get in there at the feet of Ritzema. Maybe just gets caught again. Not for the first time this evening. Just in the follow-on, but he's taken it a little bit in the face there. It was another 50-50. The bravery of the keeper. And now one of the players has gone down for the Leaf. Treatment required at the middle of the park. Keeper may well also need a bit of treatment. And we tick towards the last 20. Well, we can confirm that elsewhere Croydon have secured victory in their playoff semi-final. 2-0 to the good against Sittingbourne. Sittingbourne's season is over. The Brickies will have to regroup and rebuild for next season. They will stay in step 4. And it's the Rams of Croydon who roam on for a Mayfield Friday night football. And it's just a case of who will they play. And we've got about 20 minutes plus potentially the dreaded penalties to see whether it will be Whyteleafe or the Bulls who will make the trip to the Mayfield. Well, a lot shorter, of course, for Whyteleafe. They are virtually neighbours. For the Bulls, it would be another flight on Friday morning, afternoon time for that final. But it's still yet anyone's game as a change has been made. So off goes Mensah and Emmanuel, and on comes Samuels and Hassan, wearing 12 and 16. So will that liven up the Whyteleafe 11? Emmanuel's not really had too much of the ball. Most of it's been for a midfield attritional battle. Bennett again trying to get it going forward here, but it's back again with Holder. Johnson. Cut out by Kerry. Bickley will go across. Holder's been solid. Holder goes down. Bickley falls on him. And then the free kick, in fact, goes to Bickley. Well, Bickley was the one who was fouled this time, according to Mr. Harris. Holder not happy. The referee, though, has awarded the free kick. Didn't look much in that, to be fair. See why Holder was a little bit apoplectic at the fact the free kick had been given, but it's the visitors who need to defend as Watson clips it forward, looking at that far side for Campbell to touch it on. Chance maybe for a break. Bennett lays it off. Watling goes across. Back there is Kerry. Now Trotter. Bickley doing well, getting his shirt pulled there by Holder, but nothing given. Maybe a chance for a little bit of a break here with Hedges-Chandler on this right-hand side. The run out there. Now the ball is with Samuels. Back inside to Johnson. Looking for a bit of an overlap there. Gondo cropping up on that far side. Graham Barrett clips it towards Van der Vliet and clips it too close in the end. Straight into the hands of the Bulls stopper. Campbell to Giles. Back it goes to Van der Vliet. Chasing across there is Hassan. Flicked on by Trotter. Bickley again. Just carries on with the run there and good. Well, has he given that one away? Not quite. Holder steps in just in the nick of time. Brian Barrett into the feet there this time. Samuels as Lecky Mamati is trying to close him. And again, the Leaf just keeping hold of the ball here. Watson trying to step in. Ritzema misses his kick. A chance maybe a roam. Nice ball out on this near side. Chance for Bennett. Can he get some angle on this? He's played it inside. It's the sub that's there. The shot comes in. Well, it's over the bar. Looks like it takes a deflection off. It may well be Kerry. Turns it over his own crossbar. The deflection taking it up and over and dipping as it goes, but it goes clear of the crossbar. And it's another corner. And it's Bennett who'll go across to take it. Well, the Bulls just living a little bit dangerously there. The pressure coming from the Leaf. Bennett with the corner. Going short is Gondo. Bennett plays it to the edge of the box. Gondo trying to get there, but Lecky Mamati gets a touch. Another corner. Well, they're racking up the corners in this second half. All the visitors. It's going to be Bennett again, plays it short to Gondo. Back to Bennett, nice little work ball. Bennett trying to get past Giles, he does, clips it back and across. Anyone arriving? Well, it's behind Holder. The shot coming in from Johnson, it's blocked. It's going to be another corner. Well, the Bulls somehow getting in the way of everything that's coming towards the goal. But they just can't quite get rid of the pressure from Whyteleafe, who keep banging at the door, trying to find a way through. 15 minutes now to play in this semi-final. In it comes, short instead. Johnson, ball's now whipped towards the near post. Van der Vliet's there, gets a touch on it. Bickley hooks it clear, doesn't quite get it away. The shot may come off, not quite. Again, the Bulls just enough in numbers to get there. And this time, the ball goes behind for a goal kick. Well, it just didn't break for Whyteleafe. They were trying everything. Bennett looks like he's struggling with a little bit of cramp now. Done a lot of running. A lot of running for all the players. Over 42, now 43 games As Van der Vliet takes his time. And will the Bulls make a change now? Not yet. There's still Sunday on the bench. There's still Barlow. There's Killshaw. Well, there is going to be a change. And it is going to be Killshaw for Watson. And Joe Killshaw will get just under a quarter of an hour. Luke Watson worked his socks off again. Looks like Maskell has come on as well for the Leaf. We'll just check who has gone off. All change. And now Dos Santos gets it through to Bickley. Bickley trying to get away from Hedgechena. Going to take it towards that byline. Going to go through. He's gone past, but Bickley, and it comes. It's there. No! It's saved somehow, is it? It looks like Hucker's made an absolutely world-class save from point-blank range to deny Leki Babati. It looks like he's following in. How that isn't in the net is only because Huck has done something out of this world. Somehow he gets a touch on it. It doesn't, it looked like it may well have caught the crossbar, but it's actually Huck who's in the way. And the best chance for the Bulls, created by Bickley, is denied by Huck. But the corner now follows. Jay Giles looks for the far post, looks for Watling, heads it back. Cleared again. Should be Trotter who gets there. Killshaw, and he goes back to Van der Vliet. Just not quite going the way of the Bulls because of Huck. And chance now with Ritzimer, who's going to try and take it to the corner, but Hedgechena gets a chance to clear it. And he thumps it, but it goes out of play. Well, it was Bickley there. Sheer brilliance from him, the big man. Plays the ball in, and somehow Huck, where he plucked that one from. As again, the ball's clear, long one across the field. Well, it's fallen nicely for Leki Mamati, who could bring it under control. He's got Bickley through the middle. Leki Mamati trying to get there on his own. He's in a real tussle there. Brayden Barrett does brilliantly for the Leaf, and then it's cleared again, but it's not going to find Gondo. It's going to find the roof of the Whyteleafe dugout, and that's just been the one thing probably lacking. They've had good control on the ball, the Leaf, this evening. They've kept possession well, but they've just not find that pass that's worked for them. That final ball just not quite there. Bickley flicks it on. Bulls throw, far side. Still going. The drone comes down to land. Dos Santos again will go across, will launch another one. As we tick towards the last 10. Campbell is there, Watling is there. Can Dos Santos get a decent length on this ball in? Here it comes. Flicked on. Flicked back. Killshaw. Beaten to it. Referee says play on. Ritzimer trying to keep it alive. Does well, stay strong. Trotter now. And back it goes to Giles, who clips it forward. Looking for Bickley again on that left-hand side, which he seems to be favouring now. Maybe he'll try and operate there a little bit more. Huck gets the restart going, takes the goal kick quickly. Again, Holder. Casual, calm, composed. Johnson. And taking their time again in the build-up here. In fact, it's not Johnson there, it's Samuels. Johnson maybe just pressing up a little bit further. Samuels sitting in front of that back line. Samuels with it again, rolls it out to Good. Good has a bit of space, plays the ball long. Should be there, Watling, falls now to Johnson, who's trying to clear it. Leki Mamati then hits it into the back, and now gets it forward again, and Holder's across as Bickley goes toe-to-toe with him. Well, those two have been in a battle royal this evening. Holder has stood his ground pretty well throughout. Certainly know they have been in a battle together. again. Bulls have the throw. Back it is. Chance maybe to get it forward. Ball does come now. Far post. Anyone arriving? The Santos can't get there. Whyteleafe look to clear it, to play it forward. Jay Giles is sprinting back. He's got to stay tall here. Cross comes Campbell, just in the nick of time to get there ahead of Hassan. And another corner for Whyteleafe. We're into the last 8.5 minutes now. Still anyone's game. And the longer it stays like this, the longer it feels that we are facing the thought and the prospect of penalties. Who knows? Time to go yet. Corner comes in looking at the far post. Should be cleared, but it's still alive and it's hooked as far as Maskell there. Still alive, back it comes. Should be Van der Vliet's. It's comfortably Van der Vliet's. He wants to get on with it. Big one up and under there through the middle. Looking for De Santos, who doesn't get there before Hedges-Chenna, but it does fall down to Ritzema. Whyteleafe doing really well to get back with a roam. Kilshaw rolls it across. Forward it comes again. Good play by it's not Lekimati, it's actually De Santos who's gone across over there. Just gets caught. We want to get this one into the box again. It's like another long throw and it's going to come. Forward comes Watling, forward comes Campbell. Santos just feeling that a little bit of a knock there. Potter shows De Santos goes long. Flicked on. Campbell trying to get there. Campbell now hooks it back and across. Cleared by Hedges-Chenna. Kilshaw back in. Well, they managed to hook it into the, out of the danger. Back in, as it looks like Campbell has gone down. When he was trying to recover that, get that ball back in. Look, Campbell just struggling a little bit there. Whether he's just twisted something as he's gone down. Steve Martin comes across, the physio for the Jersey Bulls. What's he going to prescribe? Something cold. Spray. Ice-like. Campbell was stretching there as he tries to keep that ball alive. And we've got Harry Curtis on the bench, so if there's any doubt, they won't want to risk Campbell. It's just another one of the club legends who passed 200 games for the Jersey Bulls since their inception. Just receives some treatment. And still we are goalless here at Springfield Stadium. A slightly delayed second half and a chance for a change. Well, it looks like Sunley is coming on, and it looks like, is it going to be Trotter? It is. So James Sunley is on. Looks like a light for light on that left-hand side. James Carey just rushing back to see what's going on. Whether Campbell can carry on. No, doesn't look like he's going to. Looks like the signal has been given. Carey trots across. It looks like it may well be. Or is it the thumbs up that he's okay? And Harry Curtis is available. More time will be added on. We're looking probably at 3 or 4 minutes. Let's just wait for that treatment to conclude. It's really now where players have to dig deep, try and find that extra bit of something. Another push on. Going to the well. Well, Campbell is up. He's gone to the well and he's back up again. Must, of course, go off. He's okay to continue. He's okay to come back on. He's good, plays it to Holder. Back again. Johnson picks it up now, just on the halfway line. Sonny just makes him go back. And on that left-hand side, Brian Barrett into Johnson. No, it's not. He's still got Ritzema and Sunday on this left and De Santos now, so plenty of options. Bickley's just through the middle. Sonny has gone the right mid. So just put a bit of pressure on Johnson, who hasn't been ruffled all evening. Won't be pressured by that. Good, he just clips it forward and he's caught in the follow through by De Santos. Free kick given. We're running out of time here in the 90. There's going to be some time to add on, you'd think. Mr. Harris will check, and we'll see if we can get a glimpse of the Bene board and whether or not. See what is to be added. Bulls have to defend though. Whyteleafe have a chance to get this ball into the penalty box. Forward it comes, should be Van der Vliet's, it is. He gets it forward again. De Santos is trying to keep an eye on that, but the ball is too much on it. And that hasn't really worked. Van der Vliet hasn't been able to find the range. He had the assist in the game last October here, which De Santos did get under control, but not that time. And again, forward come the Leaf. Good again. Back inside to Johnson. And Holden. Johnson playing more like a third centre-back at times. Big ball up into the sky. Gondo, lovely little touchdown for Hedges-Chainer. Steps inside. That ball there with Samuels. The ball's now maybe a chance to break here. Kilshaw clips it forward. Leki Memati's after it. Leki Memati's still going. Great challenge there from Holder, who timed his tackle to perfection, but Leki Memati has got it off towards Kere. Leki Memati again. Is there something here? Can he get round the corner? Tries to play it inside. Well, Sunny's battling on. Sunny again, though. Gets beaten to it by Holder, who's been solid as a rock at the back there for the Leaf this evening. Real tough cookie. Corey Holder, captaining the side, of course, and leading very much from the back forward. There's again another long ball. Should be Watling's. Is Watling's. Shirt is being pulled. Referee sees it. And we are into added time. There's going to be another change here. So it looks like Barlow is coming on. And De Santos is going off. Well, Fraser Barlow has been known to score some pretty special goals for the Bulls. He scored the first one when they started as a club. He scored the first one at step 5. He scored the first one at step 4. Can he score another one which would give the Bulls a step closer to step 3? Well, in fact, it isn't Dos Santos, it is Bickley who's given way. So Barlow straight through the middle. Dos Santos is stayed out there. This ball comes forward. And the final change also for the Leaf. Bennett is off. Ball's played forward. Cross goes to Santos, but really well covered by Hedges-Chainer. And the ball goes through to Huck. So the final change, and Saunders-Henry is on. So they've exhausted their bench. And here comes the Leaf again with good. Minute and a half plus played in added time. These are a nail biter. Campbell with the interception. Dos Santos tries to shift and get the ball going forward. He can't. Header coming from Campbell. Ritzimer hooks it forward. No Bickley there now, so Barlow will have to go across. Johnson, nice ball into the feet of Saunders-Henry. Switches out to this side. Joe Giles gets the header there, jumps well, but it's fallen nicely to Gondo. Gondo, can he clip the ball back and across? He can. Anyone arriving? It is, but Ritzimer's there to cut it out and then hook it clear for the Bulls. It's not far enough. Hedges-Chainer now. Can he get the ball back in? He decides to lay it off to Gondo again. Back to Hedges-Chainer. Keeping the ball alive here. Killshaw stepping forward, trying to press the Leaf back, but Gondo again. Nice ball through the middle, wants the reverse, doesn't get it. Back to Hedges-Chainer. Gondo busy. Hedges-Chainer again. Ritzimer trying to get away, push Hassan off the ball. Has to go back. There it is again, but kept alive, reworked. Hedges-Chainer. Dos Santos getting back. Gondo over there. Gondo trying to cut in. Half a tackle. Gondo still playing it. Campbell is there. Giles is there. Dos Santos clears it. Bit of a foot chase here for Barlow, but who else but Holder is quickly across. And then Barlow chasing and trying to cut this out. But again, the calmness of the Leaf under just even the tiniest of pressure. They just brush it off, and they've done it all night. Bulls have broken it up again. Giles is in, but the ball ricochets. It falls back to Giles, plays it forward. Sunday, can he work a bit of magic? Kere thumps it forward, looking for the runner Barlow. Won't get there ahead of Holder. Holder with a nodded header back, and he gets it nicely into Huck's grasp. Quickly out to Good. 3.5 minutes gone in this added time here. Well, maybe both sides will be happy with a shootout. It's where it looks like we're headed to now, unless something miraculous happens as the Leaf again reset. This time with Samuels, Johnson, Gondo. Back it goes. 4 minutes added on. Gondo again. Nice quick pass to Hedges-Chainer. Possession has been good. Gondo goes inside. Dos Santos just forcing him wider. Johnson, nice ball. Looks like there's too much on it. Yep, there is. Oh, Brian Barrett made a good run, but he couldn't keep it in. Just again, that final ball eluding the run this time of Brian Barrett. Goal kick for the Bulls. Well, Van der Vliet, we've seen is a decent penalty stopper. Not seen Huck too much, but we've seen him save at point-blank range tonight. So this could be a test of, well, one of the keepers be a hero. This penalties looks nearly inevitable, not quite. Still maybe a little bit of left time in this game, but Ritzimer's ball forward is not what he was trying to achieve. Good again, 5 minutes added, the clock ticks on. Bursting forward is Sunday now, trying to cause a bit of havoc at the back. Barlow, Huck again. Rolls it out, Holder. Well, another chance to perhaps get this one forward. Kere will just shepherd it out. Well, he's lost it, but it's Watling who's across quickly. Tries to find the ball forward for Barlow. Now is there a chance here for Ritzimer? He's got a heavy touch on it. Gondo is back quickly. Comes out of nowhere. Gondo again. Rolls it out to Samuels. Back into Gondo. Gondo holding it up. Still going. Still trying to find a way through. Well, the Bulls pump it forward. Anywhere will do. Back with Huck. 6 minutes gone of added time. And that's it. The referee has blown. Well, we got the 6 extra minutes. It didn't lead to a goal. The players are all going down. There'll be a little bit of cramp settling in, you'd think now. But this game couldn't be decided in the 96 minutes that we've seen this evening. Couldn't be decided by the power failure to one of the Floodlights. It's gonna be decided by a penalty shootout, and which side will hold their nerve. Well, Croydon can watch on if they are tuning in after their victory this evening. It will be the penalty shootout to decide who takes on the Rams on Friday night. Well, whether either side have practiced for this scenario, we'll soon find out. Whether we have a really good penalty shootout or a damp squib. Well, it's been all about tactical nous again this game, keeping control of the ball. Neither side have really created too much. And the players now get into the huddle and they wait and they decide and they discuss who are the 5 nominated to take these penalties. Which end is this going to be taken from? Well, big huddles for both groups of players and the management team. The officials wait on. We get a few minutes here just to talk it through. I think James Kerry will definitely take a penalty. Santos maybe. Campbell. Ritzimer. Well, we'll find out very shortly. It won't be Luke Watson. He's been substituted. Some of the Bulls players will just watch on.
We also have the official attendance today. The official attendance is 1,590. Thank you very much for your support.
Well, a huge crowd here at Springfield. We've certainly had a bit of extra added flavour to this evening. Jay Giles fancy a penalty. Well, this is the moment. This is what the season comes down to for both of these two sides. And there can only be one. Who will it be? It really is nail-biting stuff. Not the way perhaps you'd have wanted this season to finish, but at the end of the day it will, one way or another. Jay Giles has picked up the ball. He's going to go forward. He fancies the first one. And it will be at the Roberts Garage end. So Jay Giles is striding forward. He looks pretty confident. He's going to beat the unbeatable so far, Slav Huck, who's in the Whyteleafe goal. Jay Giles waits. Van der Vliet goes to the side. Huck just gets rid of that bottle of water. And we saw him made a great save from Leki Mamati. Will he be a hero in this penalty shootout? Well, it's going to be the Bulls to go first. Can they take the advantage? Can they score the first penalty? Jay Giles against Slav Huck. Giles steps up, scores! Well, he goes straight down the middle. Hutt goes to his left. Can't get the boot on it, and the Bulls have the first penalty in the back of the net. Well, Van der Vliet's going to have a little feel of the ball. Maybe that's a superstition for him. Just wants to have a little feel. Stepping forward is Helge Arome. Van der Vliet playing a little bit of mind games here, just taking his time. Helge Arome against Ewan Van der Vliet. What's Van der Vliet got? What's Arome got? Arome steps forward, scores! Well, a good penalty from him for all the theatrics from Van der Vliet. That penalty was nestled right into the top corner. 1-1. Still nothing separates these two sides. This time, to take the second penalty for the Bulls, it's Ray dos Santos against Slav Huck. Santos now steps up, scores. Well, for a minute there, it looked like it might hit the bar and come out, but it doesn't. It hits the bar and goes in. And dos Santos thumps it into the same side that Arome just put the ball. 2-1 the Bulls. Ryan Gondo, well, he's been a really good performance from him tonight. Can he add to it? Gondo to take the next penalty. Gondo takes it. Well, Van der Vliet doesn't even move. It's so cool, it's so calm. And it's just caressed into that corner. 2-2. Is anybody actually going to blink here? Will the nerves creep in? Huck again just takes his time. Stepping up is Lekkimä-Matti. Puts the ball down. Francis Lekkimä-Matti, Slav Huck for the Bulls' third penalty. Huck aeroplaning. Lekkimä-Matti steps up. Oh, he's put it over. Well, it didn't look to be particularly confident. The little aeroplane maybe allowed that ball to take flight. And Lekkimä-Matti does not trouble Huck, he does not trouble the net, and the Bulls miss the first penalty, and it's advantage to Whyteleafe. Well, Van der Vliet's going to have to do something here. He's going to have to make a save, or Jamie Maskell's going to have to miss. What can Van der Vliet do? It's advantage Whyteleafe. Maskell steps up. Van der Vliet now making himself big. Maskell, a little bit of sidestep. But he's put it over as well. Well, he's gone for power as opposed to placement, and he's smashed it over. Well, the yips are definitely now starting to set in. They've started with Lekkimä-Matti. It's now dripped into Maskell, and that ball nearly went out of Springfield and into the town. Well, it's not still anybody's game. It really is. It's just now impossible to separate them. James Carey now against Huck, the skipper, with the fourth penalty for the number 4. Up he steps, scores. Well, it's not the most powerful, but it is placed to perfection. And Carey gives the Bulls the lead. Again, just edging it, 3 penalties to 2. Well, well. Carey again from the spot this season. He's become the penalty taker. He hasn't missed all season. He doesn't miss then. And now it's Johnson. Well, Johnson has been superb this evening in the centre of the park for the Leaf. It's him against Van der Vliet to level it all up. Resets the ball. Jordan Johnson, can he bring it to 3-3? Up he steps. Oh, easy as you like. Van der Vliet doesn't move. Has no chance. Jordan Johnson, very calm. He's been like that all evening. Slots it home. 3-3. Joe Kilshaw. Well, he doesn't want to be missing this. He needs to put this past Huck. Kilshaw, saved! Well, well, well. It's now Whyteleafe's to take on their neighbours of Croydon, unless there is another twist in the tail. It's no way for either side to end their season, but it could be about to end for the Jersey Bulls. Unless Van der Vliet can do something. All the penalties, except the one that was blasted over, have been placed superbly. Can Van der Vliet make himself a hero? Final chance for Whyteleafe. Scores! And it's all over. And it's Whyteleafe who go through to the playoff final. And they have a chance now to make it back to back to back. And the final penalty is plopped past Van der Vliet by Mason Saunders-Henry. And the Bulls' fairy tale season, a season where they did not concede for 7 games in a row, comes to an end in the semi-finals at home at Springfield. And it's Mason Saunders-Henry who puts the final penalty past Van der Vliet and puts Whyteleafe into the final. Well, what a season for both sides. Whyteleafe can carry on. They have a chance now to cement their place at step 3. It will all come down to what happens between the South London rivals. It's Croydon against Whyteleafe. It's the Rams against the Leaf. It will be Friday at the Mayfield. It's all over for the Jersey Bulls for this season, 25-26. They have, without doubt, exceeded their expectations. They couldn't find a breakthrough in the 90 tonight. They couldn't capitalise in the penalty shootout. And they fall at the final hurdle. It's all over for the Jersey Bulls. They have had a fantastic season. They have done more than they possibly dreamed they could. But it is over. It's over for 25-6. They'll be back. Sittingbourne will also be back. It's between Croydon and it's between Whyteleafe. Well, that's it from us. We'll be back with the Marathi in a couple of weeks' time on the 16th of March. But what a season. Elliot Powell, your management team and your players and supporters around will applaud you for an unbelievable run to finish 3rd in this league. It wasn't meant to be, but it is a fantastic season nevertheless. The fans have been brilliant this season. We hope you've enjoyed all of the commentary, all of the media that we've brought you and the drone footage. A shaking of hands now, the final pleasantries. It's the Leaf that carry on, and there only can be one, and it is Whyteleafe AFC. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.